Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, Duke CT, and this is my Raw Thoughts. And ladies and gentlemen, we begin the show with Raw. Everyone's coming into the arena. You had Alpha Academy meeting up with American Made, the two loser teams meeting up. And then you have all the other people coming in. Then you have Bronson Reed show up. And then Rollins with his big old sparkly blue jacket, sneaked attacked Bronson Reed. Man, his sneak game is on point. Wearing that loud ass jacket. I mean, at this point, you must be taking ideas from Naruto and such. But anyway, and then he says he wants Bronson Reed in the ring, even though they just beat him up. And then Seth Rollins and them brawled. In fact, this was the whole thing. They brawled, and brawled the entire night. Interrupting Adam Pearce's everything else. Just making Adam Pearce look like the biggest idiot on Raw. And they could have done this, announced this match like weeks ago. We said, all right, enough of this, y'all brawling every 5 minutes. Guess what? You're going, both of y'all, at Crown Jewel. Y'all going to fight. And then it's like, yeah, this is what I wanted. And Rollins start to laugh and yada, yada, yada. Then we get to the first match, New Day versus AOP, which is sad because I liked AOP, but man, this match was decent, but this is more of a story like building up to, because both teams didn't. I don't know. I wasn't feeling this match. As Miz comes out wearing all black and sunglasses. He's talking with the Final Testament. Talking with talking to Karrion Kross, trying like it look like they're doing a deal or something, and then R-Truth comes in, takes out everybody, on the outside and everything. And then, thanks to that, New Day wins with the most devastating wrestling move of all time, the roll up. As, thanks to them, they get a chance to become number one contenders for the Raw Tag Team Championships. And then the Final Testament coming to attack R-Truth would stop Kofi Kingston from trying to save his former tag team champion, which is really messed up, by the way. So basically, Woods is basically going to the dark side of the black trunks, and the attitude is, not a tale for you. Then the White Six returned, and they took out all three big members, Cross, AOP, and such. And then Uncle Howdy came in. And then, boom, Power shoved the Miz out of the way to sacrifice himself as he took the mandible claw. So now we have, I think this is maybe a Survivor Series match, a War Games match. I don't know. Looks like it's gonna be War Trios spookiness with Cross and Final Testament versus the spooky club of the Wyatt Six. That's gonna be interesting. Then we get to our women's tag match of the evening. A match of it, because there was some good stuff here. I think the promos of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez interrupting a Damage Control promo, and trying I want to like Raquel, but man, she is not good. I try, but maybe it's ring rust. I don't know, but I think her promo before the match, talking about Rhea Ripley, I think that was pretty good, pretty decent. But man, I don't know what is up in the ring. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, it might be ring rust because I don't know, she just seems just lost, very lost. And I do like the fact the crowd really gave Damage Control love throughout the whole thing. They really love Io Sky and Kairi Sane. They love those two. They love them. And I think that, my hope is that they do something with those two, because, man, I don't want to say they're wasting the tag division, because if you're going to have a tag division, you want to have a team that's actually connected with the crowd, being cheered or booed, and they're being loved and cheered. Damage Control is getting love, so that's good. But I'm like, man, that Raw Women's title just... I'm just like, man, I want Io Sky to become champion again. The crowd's ready for her to become world champion again. And Liv is just, she ain't it. It's becoming, they haven't built any title contenders or anything for the past. It's been Liv and Ripley, Liv and Ripley. And speaking of which, after the disqualification, since Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, they are took over them out, and they are Damage Control fighting them, and it looks like they're gonna have a. I think it's gonna be a three-way dance, a three-way not dance, but a three-way for the women's championship tag team belts coming out real soon, and I wouldn't be surprised if Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson might actually get the surprise victory, and it could be. I think it could be something. It'd be very interesting to see. But yeah, then after all the back and forth, you had Lash Legend, Jakara Jackson squaring up against Liv and Raquel, and then Ripley hits the music. Legend and Jackson skedaddle, and then Ripley took both Raquel and Liv Morgan. She beat her down, and Ripley beat her down so much, I was like, is Tiffany gonna show up and cash in? But no, that didn't happen. As Dominic Mysterio came out, and then Rhea Ripley basically put him in like I think the prison trap, and the crowd loved it. So at this point, why not have Ripley and Dom fight? I mean, the crowd wants that match so bad. They want it so badly. So you ain't doing that in Crown Jewel. You ain't doing that, no. But Survivor Series or Saturday Night Main Event, why not? Just have Dom versus Ripley, and if Ripley wins, she gets Liv Morgan by herself. No Raquel, no Dom, no Judgment Day, nothing. It is her in a steel cage. It is just and or something like that. And Ripley beats her in 2 minutes. It's done. She becomes champion, and you start building up new challengers. That's what I would be doing. That's just me. Anyway, let's get into the next tag team match. Because it is actually some good tag team, some good lucha things, as the LWO taking on American Made. And this was probably my match of the night, as both teams, did great. Both teams have great chemistry with each other. Action was on point. The only thing negative is the commercials. I want just a commercial-free match of this, because these two would be perfect for a good pay-per-view match or whatever. And honestly, just the Creeds are just so good, are so great. I honestly want them to be. They should be the tag team. I truly think they should be tag champions right now. I truly believe the WWE is continually dropping the ball with this team, and then you have Dragon Lee, who surprisingly got a win, which is good for Dragon Lee since he's been on the forgotten path. But the Creeds really needed a win here, and it's sad because American Made, the only team I believe they beat was the Alpha Academy, and they're basically a joke team at this point. It really is just sad that this team, with all the vignettes and all the stuff they went through, it's just they lose and lose and lose. I mean, it started with Chad not winning an Intercontinental title. I have no idea they can just pull that. Just have that happen at WrestleMania. In fact, they're going to have Sami Zayn in that coaching role. Have Sami Zayn in that coaching role and have him win the Intercontinental title. That would have been great. Him winning the IC belt, everyone would have been happy. That would have been great. And then you could lead of him being like, you know what, I'm going to finally do something, and I'm going to challenge for the world title or something, and he loses or something. Or have, Chad actually lose to Braun Breaker, and then slowly him doing the heel turn or something. Because right now, it just, man, American Made, Chad Gable, just, I feel like they just haven't really done much. I mean, oh wait, they did beat the New Day, so yeah, the New Day and American Made. It just, a New Day and Alpha Academy. That's the teams American Made has beat, and I just, it feels so. It's a waste because I think the creeds are that they really are good, and I just hate the fact they're just like, eh, they're just there. That they're a tag team that's just there, and it just pisses me off. And then we get to our main event. But before we get to that, Damian Priest, Gunther and Damian Priest and Gunther had a little segment saying he will earn a week. It's going to be he's going to earn his shot at Gunther, and when he wins, he's going to like after Crown Jewel, he's going to be after him. So it looks like they're going to get the storylines are starting to progress and such. But I really think Damian Priest is not done with the Judgment Day or Street Trash, as Finn wanted to be called. So they're not done with that yet. So I think it's going to be Finn versus Priest, probably at Crown Jewel, or maybe Survivor Series. Maybe have them fight at a last person standing match, and both teams, both guys, and I want a definitive victory and have Gunther. Maybe have Gunther versus Priest at the Royal Rumble. And I think maybe Priest should win. I don't know. Maybe I'll Gunther. I don't know who, then again, who knows who's going to win the Rumble this year? Who knows? Who knows? And now we get to our main event. Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker. And both men, Jey Uso shows some good stuff, but Breaker just shows why he is that guy. And basically, he is the future of WWE. And honestly, just doing moonsaults, just, close, just doing a backstabber on the edge of the ring, doing all this stuff. He just feels these two really are just, they have good chemistry with each other. And Breaker, he is going to be in that main event level sooner rather than later. And then it looks like, Jey Uso said he did not want to pick a side this past Friday on SmackDown. Looks like the sides are picked for him. As the Bloodline 2.0 comes in, or when I say Bloodline Wolfpack, or Black and White, or I don't know, who knows. As Solo Sikoa and Jay, had a Jey Uso shirt and tickets to Monday Night Raw, and Sikoa told Jay he was trying to help Jay win. Tonga Lord tried to encourage Jay, and Jay just super kicks Tonga and Tama. So yeah, and then Solo took a spear from Braun for Jay in the sacrifice. Then it looks like Breaker and Fatu stood up, which would have been amazing. Seriously, Breaker and Fatu have to. I think that's gonna be their Rumble. That's gonna be the big Rumble match, right? That's gonna be like their little mini match. It's gonna happen at the Rumble. I think later on, when Breaker has that face turn, a cemented face turn, Breaker and Fatu, maybe for the world title or maybe Intercontinental or U.S. Championship at SummerSlam next year. I see that happening. I think that's going to be the vision, and you have to build Fatu up and have him win the U.S. Championship, maybe from LA Knight, and then have him have a dominant run until he faces Breaker. And that could be a really big one. Could be a really good match at SummerSlam 2025. Since they love long-term booking. But in the end, Fatu super kicks Jey Uso as he went for the spear and did a Samoan splash on the table, taking down Jey as Breaker came in and he just comes in, hits the super spear, regains the Intercontinental title, and it looks like we're heading for Bloodline versus Bloodline at Survivor Series. So, my thoughts on this Raw, good. The really negative is, again, the commercials, and way too much commercials. And sadly, the loss of Samantha Irvin, who, she resigned, she moved on. Hopefully she's going to probably go, maybe just chill out for a while. I don't see AEW going to pick her up. I think she's going to be at maybe Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. I think that could be a good spot for her. That's what I would do, personally. But yeah, I think Lillian Garcia, she's gonna be there for a while, which is okay. But overall, I think Raw was good. Like I said, the commercials and and I just hate the fact that the American Made is still looked to be like the goobers of the tag division, and it's just that bothers me. But and also the lack of other top women contenders in the Raw Women's division is still that big gaping hole right there. And yeah, and basically Jey Uso having a pretty nothing Intercontinental reign. That could be seen as a negative for fans as well. But enjoyed. But it was a great moment for the fans and for everyone else to see Jey finally win a singles championship. It doesn't mean he will never win another one. Hopefully that means him, maybe can build him up. Maybe if I really want to do something crazy, have him win the Rumble and face Gunther or Priest or whatever. Maybe something like that. Or whoever. Maybe do something like that. Something crazy to really, or have a really good showing at the Rumble. Because people really do like Jey Uso and the crowds connected to him. They just connect to him and they love him. So I think that could be maybe in the future. I don't think they're gonna have the Usos team up anytime soon. So, but then who knows? Anyway, that's my thoughts of Monday Night Raw. I want to hear what your thoughts have to say on that. Leave a comment and want to hear what you have to say. Anyway, this is Duke CT. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.